Alright guys, this case starts off looking like a simple child support dispute, but don't let that fool you. A mother believes her ex-husband should be paying more, while the father insists he's already doing everything he can. As the judge begins asking questions, the numbers start telling a very different story than the emotions. Stay tuned, because what begins as a financial disagreement quickly turns into accusations, unexpected revelations, and a courtroom reality check that nobody saw coming. As you watch, ask yourself, is this really about the children, or is there something much deeper driving this lawsuit?
Henry case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Miss Henry.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Henry, excuse me. You
Yes.
brought this case before the court.
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
going on?
Well, I'm bringing my husband, hopefully ex-husband soon, for child support. He roughly pays about $1,000 a month, and I feel he should be paying more because he makes more. He makes more than I do.
Okay, but he's not under a court order, right?
No, ma'am. He just gives
So
me.
he voluntarily gives you $1,000 a month for child support?
Yes, and exactly voluntarily gives me money.
At this point, the judge pauses to piece together the facts, and something immediately stands out. The father is voluntarily paying $1,000 every month, the parents share custody almost evenly, and he's also covering the children's health insurance. Those details matter because child support isn't simply based on who earns more, it's about each parent's financial responsibility and parenting time. The judge's confusion signals that this case may not be as straightforward as it first appeared. What would you be thinking if you were sitting on that bench right now?
He has the kids Sunday through Wednesday.
That's split.
He's still.
So let me just make sure I got this straight. He's voluntarily giving you $1,000 a month for child support,
Yes,
correct?
That's correct.
He has the children, you said Sunday through Wednesday,
Yes,
which means you have them Wednesday through Sunday.
that's correct.
Who pays health insurance?
I do, Your Honor.
How much is
I
health
was
insurance?
talking-
It's roughly $309.
Just when the discussion seems focused on finances, the father introduces a completely different angle. He claims the real tension began after he started dating someone new, despite the mother already being engaged. The judge immediately takes notice because personal relationships shouldn't influence a child support decision. Family court is meant to protect the children's best interests, not settle emotional conflicts between former partners. Do you think jealousy can quietly shape legal battles, or should the court ignore those emotions entirely?
What women he's spending money on?
She never lets me talk, so.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk.
Exactly.
What it is, Your Honor, she didn't mention this, but she's engaged.
Wow.
And she just found out that I'm recently dating, so now she's mad at me.
Oh, I'm mad.
There
I'm
goes
mad.
the
Very bad.
conflict.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
There goes the conflict.
I'm
Now
not
I
mad.
asked what was the disconnect here. It was something missing. So you brought him to court because he has a new girlfriend
No, ma'am. I'm not
That's
mad
exactly
about
why, Your Honor.
and you're engaged.
Yes, ma'am.
He's still gonna want to marry you after he see what you're doing to this man?
The judge now draws a firm line between emotion and evidence. No matter how frustrating a new relationship may be, it has no legal bearing on how child support is calculated. Instead of entertaining personal accusations, the court redirects everyone back to facts, finances, and parenting responsibilities. It's a reminder that judges aren't there to referee broken relationships, they're there to make decisions that are fair under the law. Would you have been able to keep your emotions out of this case?
Have a whole nother man that you should be worried about, and you over
understand
here
that.
all in his business.
I'm not trying to be. in
And
his
he doesn't
business.
even work
You
for
are
him.
trying to be in his business
You-
because you have mentioned it twice that he has other women. His
Yes.
other women has nothing to do with this
It-
case.
it
So
really
you can
does,
pipe
Your Honor.
down
It really
and stop
does.
bringing that up. It has nothing to do with
Okay.
it. Well, let
It
me
really
say it
does.
like this. It is not going to have an impact on my decision today.
Wow. Okay.
Okay? Thank you. Now, so you have a new girlfriend and she's in her feelings about it. Okay?
She always try to come by to see if she's there. If she sees out, she always try to come make a.
This is the moment the case begins to shift dramatically. The judge repeatedly asks for proof that the father should pay more, but every answer circles back to personal complaints instead of concrete financial evidence. In court, credibility is everything. Once a judge starts questioning whether a claim is supported by facts, it's incredibly difficult to regain that trust. Has the mother's argument convinced you so far, or do you think the evidence is falling apart?
Just stop spending that money on the other women and your
I
children.
need you to stop interrupting.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have not done anything to prove to me yet that this man needs to pay you even the $1,000.
Okay.
You said the children are in private school. It's $1,000 for private school.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the whole child support, that I need more money to take care of them.
But you're a
You're
teacher.
taking care of yourself.
What?
You're not taking care of them.
You don't know that.
I do.
No,
Miss
you don't.
Henry, Miss Henry,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
obviously came here to waste my time.
No,
okay?
no, Your Honor.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you
No.
did.
Rather than increasing child support, the judge proposes something far more balanced. Since both parents share custody and agree on the private school costs, each will pay the tuition directly. That approach ensures the money goes exactly where it's intended while reflecting each parent's ongoing responsibility. It's a practical solution that focuses on the children instead of fueling more conflict between the adults. Do you think paying expenses directly is a better system than exchanging support payments?
So what about clothing?
Y'all have a split schedule.
I
He
buy
needs
them.
to
I got
maintain
clothes at my
clothing.
house.
Excuse me, Mr.
Please, you
Henry,
bring the
excuse me.
kids
Give me a
back
minute.
home and they
Give me
look
a minute.
just-
Here's the reality of it. You all have a split schedule. You need to be providing clothing and everything for your home. You need to be providing clothing and everything for your home. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to order anybody to pay child support. What I'm going to do is that you testified to this. You said tuition was $1,000.
Yes.
$500 per child. So you know what? You're going to pay $500
Wow.
and he's going to pay
Judge.
$500 directly to the school.
Even after hearing the ruling, the mother insists the outcome isn't fair. But fairness in a courtroom isn't measured by feelings, it's measured by the evidence presented and the legal standards the judge must follow. With shared custody, existing financial contributions, and health insurance already covered, the court finds no basis for increasing support. If you were in her position, would you accept this decision or continue fighting it?
That's
That
you
is
make more
right.
money than I do, and you had.
And you're going to keep maintaining the health insurance, okay? Now,
Thank
if you
you.
decide to get private health insurance on your own through your employer, you're obviously, you know, you can do that. The children can be double insured. But
True.
I'm not going to have him pay more than $1,000 or even continue paying
Honor.
$1,000 when, based on both of your testimony, you have a split schedule. That's what's in the best interest of the children, and that's what's fair.
As the hearing comes to a close, one final reminder stands out. The judge encourages both parents to focus less on each other and more on raising their children. In many family court cases, cooperation can accomplish far more than another legal battle. Sometimes, the biggest victory isn't winning more money, it's creating stability for the kids caught in the middle. What lesson do you think both parents should take away from today's hearing?
fair.
That is fair.
That's not fair.
Well, it is fair today. Did you have anything else?
You got it. You got it.
It's always about me, right?
It is.
I asked
It
you a
is.
question. Did you have anything further for today?
No, I don't.
Okay, Miss.
This is where family court often surprises people. The judge isn't trying to reward one parent or punish the other, she's asking one question: what's in the best interest of the children? With nearly equal parenting time and both parents contributing financially, increasing child support simply isn't justified by the evidence presented. Sometimes, the fairest ruling is the one neither side expected. Do you agree with the judge's reasoning here?
Just
Henry,
when
did
you
you
bring
have-
the kids back home, make sure they're dressed properly, please.
I bring them back with what they came with.
What? Okay.
Okay, well, Mr. Henry, is there anything further?
That's it, Your Honor.
If there is nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Alright guys, this case starts like a simple child support hearing, but don't let that fool you. A father says raising his 12-year-old daughter is getting more expensive, while the mother believes she's being targeted because she remarried into wealth. As the testimony unfolds, one unexpected comment after another completely changes the courtroom's mood. The biggest surprise? It has nothing to do with a millionaire husband, and everything to do with parental responsibility.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Miss.
This is where the judge begins separating wants from legitimate parenting expenses. Travel, sports, equipment, and keeping a growing child involved in activities aren't luxuries, they're often considered reasonable costs of raising a child. The father's request isn't about getting rich, it's about sharing those responsibilities. Do you think both parents should contribute equally when a child's needs naturally increase with age?
As well as her, but I'm the one having to drive and take her if I don't want her to ride the bus because I don't feel her safe doing that.
Okay, is this a school bus or
Yeah, it's a school bus.
with her teammates?
With her teammates, yes.
And you don't feel that she should,
No.
ride with her teammates?
If it's really far away, maybe like an hour or more, I'll
Okay.
drive her. But if it's 30 minutes or less, I'll usually let her typically go.
Okay, that's understandable.
Now the entire case takes a sharp turn. Instead of discussing the child's expenses, the mother points to her new marriage and her husband's success. It's an emotional argument, but legally, the court has to stay focused. A new spouse's wealth usually isn't what determines child support. Were you expecting the conversation to shift in this direction, or did this catch you completely off guard?
Your Honor, I do feel that he's trying to take advantage of my new relationship.
Okay, tell me about this new relationship.
Well, I can't really help who I have fallen in love with. So my new husband is a fantastic provider. However, I do get an allowance, and it isn't as much as you would think
An
coming
allowance?
from. Well, my husband's a CEO of an energy company, so
Oh,
you would
really?
expect a huge allowance, but obviously he has to protect all of his hard-earned income.
What type of allowance do you receive?
About $500 a week.
$500 a week, okay. All right.
The judge quickly shuts down the discussion about sacrifices made during the marriage. Those issues may matter emotionally, but they're not part of today's legal question. This hearing is about the child's current financial needs, not unresolved feelings from the divorce. It's a reminder that courtrooms often separate emotion from law, even when the people involved can't.
I don't think it's that big a deal to Mr. Kennedy because he has a pretty healthy income himself.
But you do understand his income does not have anything to do with an increase in what you should be paying in child support, right?
Yes, I understand that, but what I
Okay.
don't think has been considered yet is the fact that I set aside furthering my education, though I wanted to pursue that, so that he could go get his MIS degree and then a master's in something. So I'm not sure that it's fair. I would like to consider all the money that wasn't spent on me that should have been spent on me while we were married.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not how this.
Notice how the judge refuses to speculate about the new husband's income. Whether he's wealthy or not simply doesn't decide this case. That's a critical legal principle. A biological parent's obligation doesn't disappear because someone else has money. Would you have expected the court to factor in the new husband's lifestyle?
Briefly, how much money does your husband make?
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
I think so.
When you say a lot, is it like in the 200,000s, 300,000s?
Well, the car that he drives was about 200,000. So I'm thinking you'd probably have to
You
make
only
more
get a
than that.
$500 a week? You know what? That's not my business. That's not the reason I'm here. I'm not going to even entertain that.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'll just move on. Sir, do you know how much money her husband makes a year?
I don't, but he's the Steve Jobs of the town of energy,
Steve Jobs.
so to say.
So let me ask you this. Are you expecting her child?
The father makes an important clarification here. He's not asking for support based on someone else's fortune, he just wants help covering their daughter's growing expenses. That statement likely strengthens his credibility because it keeps the focus exactly where the law expects it, on the child, not on resentment or appearances.
No,
Yeah.
his success has nothing to do with me or my daughter or our
Okay.
daughter. And like I said, I just want a little more help because she's
Okay.
getting older. And, if she's happily married with whoever and how big his wallet is, that is totally up to her.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's not what you were doing because you can't do that anyway. But what we can do, ma'am, is make you pay more in child support. But
Here's the turning point. Once the judge establishes that the mother receives a consistent weekly allowance, she has income that can be used in the child support calculation. Suddenly, the conversation shifts from arguments to math. In family court, numbers often speak louder than emotions, and that's exactly what's happening now.
Because at this point, you've been paying zero. Because from what I see, you're a stay-at-home mom, which is absolutely okay. But you do understand that your child has increased expenses, correct?
Yes, I do see that.
Okay,
but
so after yes, I do see that, that means that I don't need any further response. So you understand that, right?
Well, how much are we talking about?
We're going to base it off that $500 a week allowance that you make.
Okay.
So, based on that, I have your gross at $2,000 a month. After you take out the calculations for the taxes, your net comes out to $1,662.53. Okay.
The judge doesn't stop with basic support. She also orders reimbursement for the child's health insurance, recognizing that one parent has already been covering that expense alone. It's a reminder that child support isn't just one monthly payment. Medical costs are often a major part of ensuring both parents contribute fairly.
Okay. That would give you a child support obligation of $266. However, you also heard him say that he pays $130, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In medical insurance for the child. You're going to have to reimburse that to him. So, in addition to the $266 a month for child support, you add the $130, your child support obligation monthly comes out to $396.
Just when the ruling seems settled, another surprise appears: the psychic subscription. It's an attempt to argue that the father's spending choices should reduce her obligation. But legally, personal spending habits usually don't erase a parent's duty to support their child. What do you think? Does that argument help her case at all?
Can I say something?
Sure, but make it brief.
Okay, well, I don't know if he's still subscribing to the same psychic,
Okay.
but she charges, I think it's $412 a month.
Okay.
And-
What does this psychic have to do with these numbers?
Well, because I just feel
The judge's response is direct and decisive. Whether someone spends money on hobbies, entertainment, or even a psychic isn't the issue before the court. Family law focuses on what the child needs, not on judging every financial decision an ex-partner makes. That's a distinction many people misunderstand before stepping into court.
like if he can afford the psychic, then maybe he can afford the insurance. And I guess I feel that that is money that could have gone towards my education while we were married.
Okay, well, I've already said no to that. That has nothing to do with me. I mean, you should address that in your divorce, obviously.
In the final moments, everything comes full circle. Emotional arguments, wealthy spouses, and old marital grievances all fade away. The judge returns to the same principle she started with: both parents share financial responsibility for their daughter. Sometimes the simplest legal rule ends up deciding the entire case.
And whatever he pays, if he chooses to do that, that has nothing to do with your responsibility, your financial responsibility to your daughter. So if there's nothing further from either of you, you all are dismissed.
Alright guys, this case starts with what sounds like a simple child support dispute, but within minutes it becomes something much bigger. A grandmother says she's been raising her 2-year-old granddaughter while both parents pursue their own lives. One parent is serving in the military, the other is away at college, and now the court has to answer one difficult question: who is truly carrying the responsibility for this child? Stay with this one, because the answers only get more surprising.
Support court with Judge Vonda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1072, Wilson case.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Wilson, you brought...
Listen closely to what the grandmother just revealed. She's paying around $200 every week just for daycare, and she says she's receiving almost no financial help from the child's mother. Family members often step in during emergencies, but courts rarely expect grandparents to shoulder the entire burden indefinitely. At this point, the judge is already looking beyond emotions and focusing on legal responsibility. What would you have done if you were in her position?
How much is daycare?
Oh gosh, $200 a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty expensive.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to Miss Nikki?
I just, see her like on all these TikTok videos and on Facebook where she's partying and clubbing. I mean, I get it. You're in college and you want to have fun, but don't forget that you have a responsibility.
This is where the case takes a dramatic turn. Nikki admits she never wanted to have a child, believing there was an agreement that the grandmother would take over. While that may explain her expectations, it doesn't erase her legal obligations. Family agreements can affect relationships, but they don't automatically eliminate parental responsibility. Did hearing that change the way you see this case, or do you think the agreement should still matter?
I am going to school full time. The point is when I got pregnant, I didn't want to have a child. I was in school. I didn't want that for myself.
Okay, but the baby is here now.
She is.
She's 2. So besides going to school, what else do you have that defines you as a good mom?
I mean, I do what I can.
As in what?
As in,
she just said
she's here
that,
now.
Excuse me, she just said that you are not providing any financial information and you barely come to visit the child when you're in town.
Like I said, when I got pregnant, I did not want a baby. She was like, I wanted a granddaughter. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh, I get it. So because you...
The judge immediately reacts when Nikki says the child won't remember any of this. That's more than just an emotional moment, it signals a misunderstanding of what parenting truly means. Courts aren't only concerned with memories, they're concerned with stability, care, and consistent support. Then another twist appears. Nikki admits she's an influencer. Suddenly, the conversation shifts from whether she can contribute financially to whether she's choosing not to.
In another year, she's just going to raise the baby.
No, I will have a job by then. I'll be working.
Okay.
She's 2. She won't remember any of this.
I'm just going to play like you did not say that.
She won't. I mean, I when I go home, I see her, we FaceTime, all of that.
You obviously came here to waste my time.
No, I'm not. I mean, I don't understand.
I mean, I don't understand either, because you said as I was saying and you still haven't said anything.
I said what I had to say. I'm in school full time. What do I do?
Take care of your child? You can.
I do, the best that I can.
Okay. So is it true what she said about you being on social media, going to clubs and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, I am an influencer. So I try to get
wait
brand
a minute,
deals.
hold on. You said you're in school?
Now the tension reaches another level. Nikki insists the grandmother wanted this arrangement, almost suggesting that accepting responsibility means accepting all future costs. But the judge isn't buying that argument. A grandparent's willingness to help never transfers legal responsibility away from the parents. This exchange highlights a powerful distinction between moral support and legal duty. Do you think the grandmother's original promise changes who should pay today?
I do what I can. I am in school full time. I don't know what else. This is so crazy to me, like why we're right here right now, because...
We're here right now because grandmother needs some financial assistance for her child.
Grandmother chose this life. Grandmother chose the life.
You know what?
I didn't choose this life. However, I love my daughter to pieces. I don't regret anything. However, I would have liked to wait.
So grandmother chose this life?
Yes, grandmother wanted to take care of her. It's okay, I'll take care of her while you're in school. And all of a sudden, something changed, which is why we're sitting here now.
Can you believe this?
I really can't. I mean, I expected you to help, at least. Of course, I'm not going to...
I have a year left. I do what I can.
So Sterling
so
is...
it's a year left of her taking care of your daughter. You and Tanner's daughter.
This is what you wanted.
But I thought you were going to help
you were going to take care of her.
I thought you were going to still be a good...
This may be the strongest moment of the entire hearing. The judge reminds Nikki of a basic legal principle: Becoming a parent creates responsibilities that can't simply be delegated because someone else volunteered to help. The grandmother may love her granddaughter deeply, but love doesn't replace legal obligation. You can feel the courtroom shift as the judge makes it crystal clear who the law considers responsible.
Oh, Miss Nikki, you are so unbelievable right now. You are the mom. She is the grandmother.
Exactly.
What part of that don't you understand?
I understand all of it. We had a whole agreement that she would raise the child until I was out of school. So when I come home, I do see my child. I do.
Barely.
You know what?
But I don't know what changed. I don't know if she got a little boyfriend or something.
What difference would it make if she had a boyfriend? That is none of your
chose
business.
This life.
Excuse me.
I could have waited.
You chose this life. You had the child with Tanner. Miss Wilson, Miss or Mrs., I'm sorry.
Miss.
Miss Wilson did not have the child. You did. The child is your responsibility, not grandmother's. Whether she wanted a grandchild or not. I know a lot of grandparents that say, oh.
Notice how the judge keeps repeating one phrase, your daughter. That's intentional. Sometimes judges emphasize certain words to make sure a party understands both the legal and emotional reality of the case. Nikki keeps returning to the original agreement, but the court keeps returning to one fact: every child deserves consistent support from both parents. Do you think this message is finally getting through?
You're going to have me a grandchild. I want a grandchild. They never anticipate that phrase to mean I 100% am taking care of the child. You are unbelievable right now.
I'm not. I'm really not.
You really are.
No,
So you
I'm
know
really
what?
not.
What we're going to go ahead and do is get Miss Wilson the proper financial support that she needs to take care of your daughter. So you understand that. Let me repeat it again. Your daughter. So you don't walk out of this courtroom believing that someone else has the obligation of taking care of your child. She does not have to step in and do anything.
She does not, but
She's
she chose
doing
to.
it. She's
so don't
doing
complain
it.
about it now. Don't complain about it now.
Well, you know
chose
what?
to do this.
I don't need you to complain about these numbers when I read them off to you, okay? So, Ms. Wilson.
Now the financial questions begin, and they expose another major contradiction. Nikki says money is tight because of school, books, and living expenses. But under questioning, she also admits she's earning around $2,000 a month through social media. From the court's perspective, income is income. Once earnings exist, the discussion shifts from whether support is possible to how much support should be paid.
Has been with you?
Yes.
Okay. Daycare is $800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, when you're influencing, let me ask you a question. How much money are you getting off of that consistently?
Consistently, I would say maybe $2,000 a month.
$2,000 a month? And you haven't sent her anything?
I mean, I had books to pay for.
Right, so your books cost $2,000?
Yes.
Are you getting financial aid from school?
I have maxed out all my financial aid. I maxed out all my loans. I don't know what else to do. I'm doing what I can. Like I said, I'm doing what I can.
Have you ever considered moving from New York? I know it's expensive to live there.
No, I have a huge internship. Why would I? No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so your internship is more important than raising your daughter?
No.
The judge isn't criticizing Nikki for pursuing an education or a career. Instead, she's drawing a clear line between investing in your future and meeting your current responsibilities. An internship may create opportunities later, but a 2-year-old needs food, daycare, and stability today. That's the balance family courts wrestle with every day. What do you think should come first in a situation like this, career goals or immediate parental obligations?
It is not. But I am doing this for my daughter.
Oh, okay.
So
that's what you believe. That's fine.
that is what I know. I am doing this for my daughter.
Well, what I know is you're getting ready to pay child support. So this is what we're going to do. Since you don't have any financial information on Tanner, we're going to set his child support at minimum wage. We're also going to set your child support at minimum wage, okay? I'm going to order that Tanner maintains the health insurance, and then I'm also going to have you reimburse half of that health insurance back to him. So, excuse me, no. not reimburse half of it. You're going to reimburse.
Here's where the courtroom shifts from debate to decision. Because neither parent provided complete income information, the judge bases child support on minimum wage, a common approach when reliable financial records aren't available. The message is simple: a lack of documentation won't stop the court from ensuring a child receives support. Waiting or avoiding the issue doesn't erase the obligation, it simply allows the judge to calculate support using the evidence available.
First, the back pay, because I'm going to order you to pay back pay as well. She said 6 months. She said 6 months. So Tanner is going to maintain the health insurance at 108, okay? There will be no reimbursement on that part of it, because what I'm going to do is have you pay monthly child support and minimum.
The final numbers are now on the record. Both parents are ordered to contribute monthly support, and Nikki is also required to pay back support for the 6 months the grandmother carried the financial burden alone. This ruling isn't about punishing either parent, it's about making sure the person who stepped up isn't left paying the entire price. Do you think the judge reached a fair outcome?
Wage, which is $219, as well as back pay to grandmother. So $219 multiplied by the past 6 months. Tanner's portion is $657. Your portion is $657. That's to be paid at $50 per month. So each parent's child support obligation to grandmother is $269 per month.
Are you happy now?
No, are you happy?
This case reminds us that family promises and legal responsibilities aren't always the same thing. The grandmother opened her home to protect her granddaughter, but the court made it clear that both parents must share the financial responsibility. In the end, the law focused on one priority: the child's well-being. If this case surprised you too, drop your opinion in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more unforgettable courtroom stories and legal breakdowns.
Now, I know I'm happy because you're finally supporting your child financially, and grandmother gets some assistance with paying this daycare.
Grandmother wanted a baby. She's
Yep.
grandmother.
And you know what?
This is your part.
And
So
grandmother
whenever
is here.
I-
Excuse me. Grandmother's here because she also wanted some financial help. Is there anything further, ma'am?
No, we're done here.
Oh, obviously.